Hello everyone. In this video, we are discussing about a bus admittance matrix. Bus admittance matrix. Coming to the first slide. The first slide gives you the introduction about what is bus admittance matrix and what are the advantages of a bus admittance matrix and how to implement a bus admittance matrix, that is how the bus admittance matrix will be implemented and what are the different parameters you need to calculate if you want to have a formation of a bus admittance matrix. The name itself indicates that here in this bus we are going to calculate the value of admittances which are in the form of a y, Coming to the first slide, which gives you the definition of a bus admittance matrix, that is what is bus admittance matrix here. The bus admittance matrix is generally represents the nodal admittances of various buses. There will be different types of buses which will be connected to a power system or a different loads. Suppose let me take an example that a a particular system has three buses which are represented by some 1, 2 and 3, where the transmission lines are connected along with the loads between them. So it consists of three buses. With reference to those three buses, you need to calculate the admittances of each bus. And it should be represented in the form of a matrix. That is, bus admittance matrix is the one which represents the nodal admittances of various buses. That is, it represents the admittances of each bus which is connected in that particular power system. The buses may be 3, 4, 5, 6 or whatever it may be depending upon the given problem. And in general, the admittance matrix is used to analyze the data that is needed in the load or power flow study of the buses. It gives you the admittance and topology of the network. Topology is nothing but it gives you the graph of the particular network. Coming to the next one, what are the advantages of a bus admittance matrix? The bus admittance matrix is also known as a sparse matrix. The general meaning of sparse matrix is nothing but the most of the diagonal elements or the elements which are present in that particular matrix will be equal to 0. Such type of matrix are called as what? Sparse matrix. Thus, the computer memory requirements are less. And the formation of bus admittance matrix is very easy when compared to the other matrix, and the modification of y bus is also very easy. Preparation of data is very simple and it very useful to study about the load flow studies and stability analysis of a power system. Coming to the implementation. Here the implementation of a bus admittance matrix is given in the form of a equation I equal to y into v, where I represents the equation for the current, y represents the equation for admittances, and v represents the matrix for voltages. In general, the general representation of a bus admittance matrix is given by I equal to y into v, where I represents the matrix of currents, y represents the matrix of admittances, and v represents the matrix of voltages. And here the values of currents, admittances and voltages depends upon the number of buses which are interconnected in a power system. Suppose let me give an example that the number of buses present in case of a power system is 3, which are indicated as 1, 2 and 3. So we are going to have a matrix in the form of a 3 by 3, where you need to calculate y11 to y33, which represents the diagonal elements of a particular matrix. Here in this slide I am going to give the value of currents in the matrix, currents in the form of a matrix from I1 to In, and admittances in the form of a matrix, that is y1 to yn1, and voltages in the form of a matrix from v1 to vn. That is, by using the bus admittance matrix we are going to calculate the value of a currents. Hence it is represented as I bus equal to y bus into v bus, where the voltages are measured with respect to the value of a ground. Coming to the continuation of a implementation of bus admittance matrix, and it is a vector equation where the every value which is determined from this will be in the form of a vector. I bus is a vector of a injected bus current. Y bus is known as a bus admittance matrix. Y bus is known as a bus admittance matrix. The diagonal elements which are present in case of that bus admittance matrix are also called as self admittances or driving point admittances. Self admittances or driving point admittances, where the value of each diagonal element is taken as the sum of admittances connected to it. Suppose if I want to calculate the value of a y11, that is which is respect to the first bus, so the number of buses which are connected to that first bus can be taken as a y11. And coming to the y22, the number of elements which are connected to a bus 2. Coming to the y33, the number of elements which are connected to bus 3. If you take the sum of buses or the elements which are connected to a particular bus, then you can get the value of that particular y11 or y22 or y33 or yn. So, and these diagonal elements are also called as self admittances, or also they are called as driving point admittances. Coming to the next point, that is continuation of implementation of bus admittance matrix. There are off diagonal elements. With respect to the diagonal elements, there will be off diagonal elements. As we taken the reference as a 3 bus system, there will be, you need to calculate the value of y12, y13, y21, y23, and also the other values y31 and y32. Those are called as mutual admittances or transfer admittances of a given matrix. And the value of these elements can be calculated as a negative of admittance between the different nodes. Can be calculated as negative of admittance between the different nodes. And V bus is nothing but it is a vector bus voltage which are measured from the reference node or ground node, as we have discussed earlier. This is regarding the implementation of a bus admittance matrix in case of a power system. So in this presentation we have discussed about what is bus admittance matrix and what are the different advantages of having a bus admittance matrix, what is the need to have a bus admittance matrix, and what is the formation of bus admittance matrix indicates, and what is the meaning of a sparse matrix and why it is called as a sparse matrix, and how to implement the bus impedance matrix are discussed in the particular presentation.